calling standpoint, whatever you want to call it, that's clicking with this offense?
I think we've done a much better job just going through the week of just building momentum and confidence and getting things practiced. And sometimes now we're getting some looks we don't anticipate. In fact, we actually sometimes feel like we spend a lot of time practicing against certain things, and all of a sudden you get defended differently, whether it be the way they're kicking their front or the blitzes you're getting. And that's always a part of it. There's a little bit of jockeying early in the game. I think we've done much better. I felt early in the year when we struggled, we didn't come into the game with momentum. And I think we've came through each week with some momentum. Now you still got to execute on Saturdays, but I think we're coming into the game with some confidence and some momentum during the week of practice.
And you sitting there with Ryan Day next to you. Have y'all found you can adjust things quicker? I mean, as it's gone, have y'all developed a chemistry in that respect, or whatever you want to call it?
Yeah, and I think we're getting some great communication. I think from Coach Meyer during the week of things he wants to see or why, and I think Ryan's doing a great job of mixing up some past thoughts, and I got a little idea of like tempo and going fast, and I think just we've kind of figured out short term. Now again, there's always going to be bumps in the road. You don't block it well, or you don't guess right and call a bad play. You can get behind chains, but right now we don't have all the answers, but we're working together very well.
$64,000 question now is though, y'all haven't played against Murderers Row when it comes to defenses. The last 5 games, as Urban Meyer says, that he's realistic about that. But how do you see this carrying over into this starting next week against a really good defense in Penn State and what you got to face down the road?
I think a big part of that is kind of what you do this week. Sometimes when you're playing well, you want to keep the momentum we've talked about during practice, and we're not trying to over-practice, and we're trying to get some guys some rest, but we're also really working with the older guys, keep bringing our offensive line along, the tight end group along, our depth at skill positions. So to me, there's a way you practice during this week that kind of keeps the momentum, because you're going to lose game day Saturday.
Yeah.
And you see some teams play well, and all of a sudden they falter. That next time you can over-practice, you can under-practice. Right now we have a lot of positive energy. We're just trying to keep that through this week. We've had two really good practices the last 2 days. It's very encouraging. Our defense is very, very competitive. Even though we're going to play against some tremendous defenses starting this week at Penn State, we get that every day in practice, and we go so much good on good. To me, that kind of sharpens us the way you need to be sharp.
Kevin, there was a talk about how much you might want to use the tight end in the passing game. It seemed like that showed up last weekend and maybe for the last couple of weeks. Is that to the level where you want it or envision, or how would you evaluate their impact on the passing game for you?
I would say, actually, I think earlier we've tried very, very hard to force some things to come to them, but by the structure of coverages and rotations or protections, and they didn't show up in them. I would have told you a couple, 3 weeks, okay, this is going to happen, this is going to happen, and we're going to get this guy the ball here, here, and here, and it didn't happen. And really Saturday, we didn't really think about it happening, and it did. So sometimes it's just the flow of the game, and it's kind of like the good Lord, when you get greedy and push things, it doesn't happen. And so I think right now there's nice balance, and as they come on, JT's comfortable. You can throw the ball outside. You got good players in the slot. Running backs are coming along, keep the tight ends. There's a lot of skill, and I'm used to when the offenses are good, you're not forcing it to one guy. You're spreading the ball around, because when the defense takes away a space, they give you a space, they give you a matchup, and you want to be able to take advantage of it.
Do you have to tell like Marcus or Rashad, because you said that a couple weeks ago you thought that might be a big game for them? That's just the way it works sometimes at a position?
Very, very much. I even told them before that. I said, every time I've tried, I've told guys, like, hey, we're going to do this. It never happened. And so, at the end of the day, I just appreciate the way. I think, you've heard, if you go back and listen, I've listened to JT on a couple things. He talked about the way we're practicing. Yeah. I think it encourages me, even though Marcus or Rashad didn't get balls, they kept practicing better. And there's good momentum with our football team with good practice habits.
Kevin, where does Rashad, I don't know if rank or whatever, can you put in context like his athleticism at the tight end position with maybe some other guys you've had in the past? He just seems like a very naturally explosive guy.
Extremely explosive. As explosive as just innately physically skilled as any kid I've dealt with. So he's a high end, just learning how to play a position. So much of it's done in the off season, so in fairness to him, he loses all spring. We didn't move him to the very end of summer. And so he's had a short window to polish his skills. He has a high ceiling, and I'm encouraged by the way he's coming along. And he's playing well, and he's not even close to so many things he could do better. He's got a chance to be a special player.
I guess it was going to how much.
I'm proud of him too, because it would be coming over and it didn't go well early.
Right.
That first game in Indiana don't get a lot of plays. He's battled through some things. I'm very proud of him. He's done a great job for us.
How much still, even as good as he's looked the last few weeks, is he still just getting by kind of on the natural athleticism and not necessarily being a fully formed, fully rounded tight end?
He gets by a lot because of athleticism. because again, the more just as fast as we play and techniques, fundamentals, being able to process. And fairness to him, he's swimming upstream, but I appreciate the way he approaches practice. He's working hard. He has a high ceiling. He's not close. That's not putting out. I'm proud of him. He's doing well. He could be a very, very fine football player.
What are the options that having him and Marcus both have proven they can go down the field and catch the ball, pretty decent routes and things like that? What does that give y'all down the road, if you understand what I mean, Kevin, from ability to attack teams?
Yeah, he does, but same time, both those guys got to keep coming on the blocking game. There's a reason with those two tight ends there. You can block down, you can down and around, you can reach block, you can lead for the quarterback. And so, to me, the more they keep learning, and that's where Rashad can be so much better. As an athlete in space, great basketball player, very natural. Just learning how to be a great blocker, and so many plays we don't play without the ball. It's where Marcus is coming on, and the more they keep coming without the ball, the more they're going to play for us.
Like on